We are all set to go, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Here we go, here we go.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Here's Ritter now to throw on their first play. And complete to Drake London.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
2 yards to go, second down. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Going for it on fourth down. It's Ritter.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. You talk about this Falcon defense.
They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 8.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Not quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling
of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
First and goal at the 1.
Now Cousins. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
2nd and 10.
Ready?
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Back to throw, Ritter. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
The Falcons at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try to run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
That's the first catch of the game from Goodwin. It's a 1st down.
And London motioning left. On 1st down, Ritter. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Come on, set.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter.
They'll roll him out right. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Falcons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Bcbwk9S1 now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. A handoff from Mitchell running left.
Oh, he bowls over it. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Cousins.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Elijah Mitchell with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 14-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Now Ritter to throw on first down.
And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Now, hang on, we got an injured player down there. Oh, boy, that's Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, who's hurting.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ritter back to throw. Looking for London on the out route complete.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Set, cut.
Ritter to throw it. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first and 10, Cousins.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now is second and 10.
Hey, can. Zebra. Hey, Steamer.
To throw is Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play.
The Hawk. Two. Watch out.
Now Cousins. On the move to his left. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they've wanted to attack.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now 21-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Ready?
Out of the gun, here's Ritter.
Over the middle, complete. That's Goodwin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Robinson up the middle.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Black shot. Set.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Going play action. Ritter. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That good for 22 and a first down.
First. Listen.
Cousins now.
And that one to the right side and incomplete. K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for.
And that'll bring up second down. Cousins.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Go ahead.
Off the play fake, Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon.
And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Let's go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Short steal. Set.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
17.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Ritter on the 4th down try.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Cousins.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Again, it's Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Claws red.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Throw left side. There's London.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now Ritter going to change up the look.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Run out!
Second half begins with a carry by Mitchell.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
That play ended for a net loss by Jesse Bates.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, no, easy.
Play action now. Cousins.
This is caught by Addison.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Hey, flipper. Lucky 48.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Leave it, bring up 48. Good route here. Listen to me.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Complete. This is Mitchell. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
The hot.
Cousins to throw it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Okay, ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Steal, check, steal.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Ritter able to get this complete to the tight end Pitts. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Ritter. Flushed out right. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Drive starts with a give to Mitchell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Hit and drop behind the line by Shelby Harris.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. The throw over the middle taken in. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Okay, right.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been.
Here's a diving catch right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Let's go now. Yellow, zoom, 6, mega. Ready?
Ritter back to throw. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Sticking with the passing game. Here's Ritter again.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Goodwin. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready, ready.
Now 2nd and 3.
Red, cycle. Hut.
Ritter from the gun.
But it's caught on the right side of Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
They'll run with Robinson.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Ritter, he wants to change the play here.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Falcons!
Drake London
from 4 yards out.
And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
First down, Minnesota.
Give running right is Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
48 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ball game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
Touchdown!
Kene Nwangu.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That third down conversion good for 23.
Ready?
Another throw coming up here for Ritter.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ready.
4th down, big play. Here's Ritter. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Ready.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dean Lowry busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Yellow. Go. Black shot. Hut. Hut.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot.
Taking it right down Broadway.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And some room to roam now.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another run with Mitchell.
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Running left, here's Mitchell.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And it's third down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Run it back, 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 run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That shit. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking off. Got the flight plan. Promise you if anybody can, homie, I can. Get the right man. Baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back, run it back, and run it back, run it, ooh, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the friends. Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back, make another back. Ultra fast. I ain't with the boulder dash. Run it back, running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. About the act,
Yeah.
and run it back. As you see how I act, within I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I don't stress about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that. Told her my